Okay, and I wonder if Facebook is ready. I think it is now. So, hello everybody. Good morning. It's Monday. Yay, coffee talk. And I have my friend Catalina here from Houston. Well, living in Houston, but from where are you from?
Romania. Good morning,
Ah,
everyone. Hi, Julie.
hi.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So, coffee talk is just about chatting about possibilities and whatever's going on and whatever comes up. So, if anybody has comments, you can pop it in the chat, but I'm not sure I will see it. We'll see. We shall see. So, how are you today?
I am amazing. I am really exploring possibilities. As you said, it's been a very different year, very different beginning of the year with really learning to be in 10-second increment or maybe every
Yes.
second increment. Have
Yes.
you noticed that? Like 10 seconds
Totally.
is way too long.
Yeah, things are changing so fast and it's like, even making plans. I've made a couple of plans to create classes in other areas and fly there and it's not working out and you have to pivot and change. And in the past I'd be bummed or upset, but now it's like, oh, what is this opening? What else is possible that's greater than what I had created before? So
I also have that sense of like the more we are connected to others, the more we are in communion, we
mhm,
we co-create more, and it's like we cannot make long-term plans as easily because it's like it really depends on how the universe we all have a much faster speed than before. That's my sense. And
mhm,
everything changes so much quicker. So
mhm,
and for me, that has been a challenge, but also it's so exciting because that's where miracles occur, really. Like, okay, universe surprised me. And then something will show up, like things show up in such a different way than I imagined. And
mhm,
it's so much easier and lighter and more
mhm.
fun.
Yeah. So we have to let go of the inner control freak,
Mhm.
which, can be a challenge.
Well, how much was it that we also had a point of view? Let's say I want to do a class somewhere else, and I would have to plan my trip in advance because of this and that. And now, like everybody's more like walking on quicksand,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
we start to create in a different way.
Yeah. Yeah. This
Isn't this
last
the word
weekend,
we've been
oh,
asking for?
totally. This last weekend, I did this expo. It was a psychic expo. So
Mhm.
lots of mediums and tarot readers and that kind of thing, crystals. And I was doing gemstone readings and a little bit of bars and facelift
Mhm.
jewelry, a whole smattering.
Oh,
And
speaking of jewelry, remember those? They're
uh,
from you.
that's right. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Um, and anyway, there was this aura camera guy taking people's aura, and I said to the person who was working there, that we've done before and after bars that and the aura changes. And the guy who was running it said, well, why not let me videotape you running energy on the person? And I said, well, I was going to do bars, so that didn't really work. So I just did some SOP and he videoed it. And like her aura turned from green to purple as I'm moving my hands over doing SOP. And like it was really just not even a minute,
Yeah.
just do. And to be able to visually see your energy affecting somebody else's field with like just
Being
nothing, just the lightness of
and
play.
Playing, yeah.
was really quite profound. And so as I'm looking at when we're talking about these things that we're creating, how much are we already changing everything? Like I've already changed all of the people that were thinking of coming to that class so they didn't have to come. And I've done this for years. Like, okay, when am I going to get this?
Yeah. Yes. I was actually I had a class scheduled to do in Romania, a Right Reaches for You class.
Mhm.
It was scheduled for February, and I have a few people signed up. And I realized in the past I would have done it for 3 people, you know,
Mhm.
like travel the world for and this time I was like, no, that's not kind to my body. That's not
Yep.
profitable. That's not is it really fun to? I know I will change their world. I know my world is going to change.
Mhm.
And what if everything is going to change by me not going there in a maybe even more miraculous way?
Mm.
And was the first time when I had no, feeling wrong for not
Yeah.
choosing that. I was like, okay, I'm not going.
Yeah.
What else is possible?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
The last.
realizing that the more we choose for us, the more we choose what is kind for us and our bodies, the more we actually receive kindness, like
Mhm.
we change everything around us. I remember
Mhm.
you, I just remember this morning when you said that there was this end of the year call with Gary and Dane,
Mhm.
and you mentioned that like your family changes, you are more peaceful. So they notice that you are more peaceful. And I've noticed a lot that too. Like everybody around us is changing with us.
I forgot I said something on that call.
I remembered because I felt just that way, like
Yeah.
I noticed people's worlds shifting so much by
Yeah.
me choosing the tools of access. And then they would come even like they change in a different way. But they come to me and ask me, what can I ask here? What can I, like
Mhm.
people who don't do much access. And I
Right.
went, wow, this is so amazing, actually.
So they use you as this source of peace and possibility because they're not willing to be it yet.
They are, is just like also being in allowance of that they are
Mhm.
not choosing the same speed I am.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. And the more I'm in allowance of that, and I don't expect anything from them,
Right.
they don't feel the resistance. They don't sense that energy of she's expecting us to go
Yeah.
where she's going. And that's also something that I've been playing with a lot because I did a lot of, come on, let's go. And
Right. Yeah.
that
There's
doesn't help
people,
anybody.
it's like each one of us eventually becomes the leader of our own lives. And some people will find it later on. Um, it's funny, I haven't done tarot in like decades. Like I did one decades ago and I traded with this girl yesterday and the things that showed up are things that I've always known. And she's like, you got to trust you. Of course, I know this. And she's like, you're way ahead of basically what's going on and you've got to basically create the path for other people. And I know this and I keep doing this. And every once in a while, it's like, well, where is everybody? Do you get that? It's like crickets. Like, where is everybody? But
Yesterday,
if you stick with it, if you persist, it can create miracles.
yesterday, I traded a symphony session with somebody online, and we were talking just about that, like how
Mhm.
frustrating it is sometimes when we would like to go faster and others don't go. But what if others go faster in other areas, in other ways? Like we co-create, and then Well, just sometimes we just have to slow down a little bit to, create with others. And they will slow down in their way to create with us, where we are slower than they are. And I think I got that in a totally different way.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's interesting because over the years with access, the energy has definitely changed to a more relaxed, like there used to be this, oh my gosh, we got to get to the whole world. And now it's like, breathe.
Let the world find us.
The world will come to us. Yes, exactly.
Mhm. Yes, yes. Yeah. Uh, I remember last time we spoke, you had a foundation class, and I had one at the same time. And I was just realizing with every class that we facilitate or that we attend, or uh, how much that is creating, it's opening the space for everybody to go there. And then people, if they want to find us, they will find us. It's not, that's the space of relaxation. It's not
Hmm.
going and looking for people to change, but rather
Hmm. Yeah,
have them find us.
exactly. And becoming the valuable product.
Mhm. It doesn't mean we don't take action, but it's not like doing the hard work to push ourselves into people's worlds.
Pound the pavement. It's
Yes.
so funny because like over the years with my jewelry business and creating connections with different boutiques in the world, I would just go and travel and go shopping and go into a place and people would say, "Oh, I like what you're wearing. Where did you get that?" And it would just like it was so easy. It was never pounding the pavement. It was just travel and have fun.
And has that changed?
It
Or
definitely has since the COVID whole thing.
Mhm.
It's a lot of the points of view of the boutique owners is like really contracted and they don't know what's going to happen in the future. So, yeah, but not everybody.
Yeah. Well, and definitely COVID changed everything
Mm,
on the planet. And also like it's a it's a new world, a new space that
hmm.
personally, I also, just now that you are saying it, wow, I realize how much I'm still looking for wow, to create based on how I created and how much ease I had before COVID, which was not necessarily ease, was just different.
Right.
Wow, and I'm looking for the same, wow.
It's like, yeah, it's like learning how to speak a new language.
Yes, wow.
Yeah. Hmm.
It's a moment of
Yeah.
wow.
Well, and isn't it a little bit back and forth? It's like you're being this new energy and new creation, and then it's like you like what's happening, and you go back to compare it or something, or am I, what else can I do? Should I do that?
Yes, I just realized, wow, what I've been doing was, why did I have so much ease with everything, well, everything that I wanted to have ease with
Right.
before, and now I'm not, but it's a different ease. It's more from the space of being, actually.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
before I knew what I had to do to get from A to B, and
Right.
now it's this undefined. Oh my goodness, you get it when you get it.
Back to it's like from the beginning of our chat is the 10 seconds and
Yes.
becoming aware and just becoming present. And, we're so used to what's on my schedule today. And I mean, for me, it was always I had to go to my boutique and I had to do all these things. And then I had the calls and, I fit everything in and my whole day was stacked. And I liked that. But then COVID and everything shut down and I didn't have a place to go. And I still, 4 years later, I don't have a place that I need to go. So I can wake up and maybe there's no calls on my schedule and there's just space. And for a while that really freaked me out. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? But now it's like, wow, what can I choose today? And what miracles are going to show up that I can't control into being,
Mhm.
but I can receive it.
Yes. Yes, it's been for me pretty similar because I had before COVID, I had a routine and then was space, was like I had so much
Mhm.
time to do everything that
Yes.
I liked. I did a bunch of that before, but it was in a totally different way. And now, like I've noticed ever since the beginning of this year, if I ask for something, it will show up in like within a day or days, you know, ask for something that is really that I'm willing to receive. But
Hmm.
it's like I don't have to plan things anymore. I have to,
Hmm.
okay, because I have a sense of the energy of the day, what spaces are opened up, what am I willing to receive, and then I go into that, which is so new and so miraculous.
I know it's very different.
And then
I love
the
that.
points of view that I realized in the past would get in the way are right in my face. So I start using the tools and then the energy would shift immediately.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm so excited about this year and the future, how we are going to function. I notice even like my kids, for example, because they are, I could sense they would not ask me, what's going on, mom? And why are you like this, you know?
Hmm.
But they are becoming more comfortable with being uncomfortable
Hmm.
they were before because before they knew what was going to happen and now they don't and they are becoming more relaxed with being uncomfortable.
So that's your, again, your like influence of choosing that and being that, and it spreads.
Yes, and I notice their friends are like that also, like very relaxed compared to
Mm.
the way I used to be.
Yeah. So great.
Yes.
Yeah. You know how Gary says to take an hour a day and a day a week to nurture your body and soul. And now it's like, wow, there's even more time in the day to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so different. I love that wherever we are in the world, too, I can have conversations and everybody's sort of on that same page of like, wow, everything's so different and we don't have to plan and there's so much more space. It's really cool.
This is a conversation also that we had yesterday during the symphony swap about how amazing it is that we can do it on Zoom.
Hmm.
And on the other hand, I would so love to get not back but forward to having more interactions in person.
Hmm. Yeah.
I really love those
Yeah.
classes in person, like engage with people. It's a totally
Mhm.
different way.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and that's why I did that expo, and it was just a totally different crowd. And I had these little cards that had different questions on the back and had people choose a card. And it was so cool. Each one chose something that was exactly perfect for them, as it always is. One of the funniest things is there was this guy, he was an older man, and he was like this cosmic healer person
Mhm.
having a meltdown. It was kind of interesting. And and he picked the card and it said, what's it going to take to expand my sparkle? And he just laughed and he's like, somebody else has been telling him to step up and be more and step into his potency. And my little expand your sparkle. Just, you know, so crazy. So, yeah. Yeah. So, what have you been creating?
Well, I have a foundation coming up this weekend on Friday,
Hmm.
and those foundation classes are just phenomenal.
Hmm.
Always not only change my class participants, but always changes my world, and I love that. I love one of the things I love a lot in Access is that when we facilitate, our lives change.
Hmm.
And also with bars, with body processes, with everything.
Hmm.
And
Are you finding that people are reaching for the foundation now?
I've had my last three foundations, December, January, and now February. Well, it's going to be beginning of March. I have more people than before.
Well,
Things are changing. So not sure if it's me receiving more or if it's also people looking more for access and for classes. And maybe it was also that shift between having the foundation online versus in person, where people were a little bit confused. And I mean, I've been in access for now it's my third year of being a certified facilitator, so it hasn't been that long
mm,
to have a sense of how it used to be.
hmm.
And we do also, there is a Being You Book Club that some of the certified facilitators are going to uh, co-create. That's beginning in March 6th, I think.
Hmm.
And then there is the Right Reaches for You. We have a book reading, and I'm so excited about that one because it's going to be a 4 hours straight reading from the book in different languages. We have 5 languages.
Oh, wow.
And
Such a
I'm
great
going,
book.
yes, it's an amazing book. And I'm going to read Romanian, and then we are going to have German, English, Spanish, and Portuguese. So those
Wow.
languages, and it's gonna be fun. And I wonder what's that going to create and change in the world when it comes to wealth, wealth, money, abundance.
Yeah.
And then I have a Right Riches for You class coming up. I think it's the end of March here in Houston.
That's awesome. Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm
I'm
very
part
excited.
of I'm part of the call team and I get to call some of the people that have been taking classes and just check in and see how things are going. And there seems to be quite a bit of um, activity in Houston. And there's so much activity in Europe right now. I mean, it's crazy. So the US doesn't have as much, but I see a lot in Houston and
It's
yeah,
changing. Well,
yeah. It's like
I
moves
have
every.
the sense that it's changing in the US also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it get
What
better?
else is possible? Yes,
What
exactly.
else is possible?
Yes. When I 3 years ago, there hasn't been a lot of activity in Houston. Maybe there has been, but not like now. Like it's changed a lot.
Hmm,
Mhm. We have
cool.
classes, we have swaps, we have, and I've been having quite a few bars classes, and there are people, not many, but there are
Mhm.
people who come to bars classes, and yes, it's been shifting a lot. And how does it get better than this?
Yes. How does it?
Yes. How is California? Is there a lot of activity?
Well, if I look at the whole 20 years, it was much higher and it's much lower now. It's been very strange here. The last couple of foundations, that I've had, people didn't choose. And it's like, all right, well,
What
I'm
else?
going to take the weekend off and go do something fun. Um, I had I had one or a couple last year that were awesome, but people like flew in from different places, like Southern California and stuff. There's something
Mhm.
very interesting happening in the Bay Area. So, yeah, it might be time for me to move somewhere else.
Or maybe, it's just a transition to something else.
Yeah,
I mean, in California, because
yeah,
I had classes in the past where people didn't choose foundation, and now it's changing. And I mean, I'm not going to conclude that people are always gonna choose, but that yes, being in a question that doesn't
yeah,
stop from creating.
yeah, yeah. And
And
yeah,
what do you know about moving?
yeah, I've been staying longer than I know I should be. So I'm like, all right, okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what's possible? I'm
So
kind of,
what are your next creations?
well, I've been working with a new specialty that I've created called reverse aging and
Oh,
pairing
cool.
that with a facelift class. And it's really cool. I'm super excited about that. So I was going to do one in Nashville in a couple of weeks, and it's just not the right time. So we're pivoting, and I found out that there's another expo in a couple of weeks here that I'm going to do instead. So
Nice.
yeah. But the reverse aging, I also do an intro online. I can do it online or in person. I really think that in person would be much more substantial, and online works as well because it's not a body process.
Okay,
That's
so
what
what specialty is this?
reverse aging.
Yes. So it's not about the body process, you are saying.
Nope, it's
Nice.
mostly clearings and questions
Nice.
and yeah, readjusting, reframing our points of view so that we can have a different possibility.
Cool.
It's kind of like right riches for you.
It's,
Maybe I should have called it right aging for you. I like reverse aging naturally.
yes. Is this a new specialty in Access?
It's my creation specialty that I got approved. Yeah.
Nice. That's nice.
So, yeah, wouldn't it be great that, it
Yeah.
opens up to everybody?
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
So, we'll see, if you would like to host anybody out there, I will come and do an intro or one day class or what have you, and then pair it with the facelift. And it's so cool to see how deep the facelift energies go after
That is
attending the reverse aging.
cool. Wow.
Yeah.
So the classes are also, you said, are also online or just in person?
I've been approved to do a one day in person and online series.
Wow.
So
Nice.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's cool. I
Yes.
just love seeing the shift that people go through. Oh my goodness. I met this lady yesterday, and I know we're at the end of our time, but I met this lady yesterday at the expo who I did a mini facelift session
Mhm.
on her. And she said that she had had a bunch of head traumas and like a branch like came and she had all
Mhm.
these stitches, but like her skin was so clear and like you could barely see any of the scars. And she said something else about her hand. And she said that one of her kids said, "You're like a starfish, Mom." And I was telling her, you really are like she has some energy that's really different. I recognized it. She was
Mhm.
65, but she looked fabulous. She looked, 45. And she just had this energy. And when I ran the facelift on her, it went in a way that it doesn't on a lot of other people. She was like a sponge, like, yes. So yeah, I wonder what else she'll choose. So it's cool. And I wonder what else she knows that I learned from working on her.
Yes. What information did your body receive from her body?
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on and
Thank
having
you.
this chat. Super expansive. I
Thank you
feel
so
great.
much, Julie, for having me. Yes, it was an amazing conversation.
Yay.
What
Well,
else is possible?
yeah, and lots of contribution to you and your creations.
Thank you. And you. Thank you. I'm so excited about this foundation class coming
Yay.
up on Friday and what this going to create
Cool.
and all the others and what
Yes.
else is possible.
Cool.
Thank you so
Have
much.
too much fun. Oops. Getting text messages. All right. We'll talk soon and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you, Julie. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.